Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my presentation. My presentation is submitted to my honorable sir, Professor Dr. Tohid Bhuiya, and submitted by me, Soumitra Bhomik Moloy, and my ID is 213250069. And today my topic is concurrency control. Let's start. Here is my profile. Here is the contents. What is the concurrency problem? Problem in concurrency control, solution of concurrency problems, and conclusions. Let's start. What is the concurrency problem? First of all, we want to know that what is concurrency. Concurrency is the phase where two or more tasks execute at the same time in parallel. And concurrency database allow multiple users, they can perform multiple transactions. Concurrency control is a process to ensure that the database is updated accurately and appropriately. Next one, problem in concurrency control. There are three types of problem occur in the concurrency control. First one is read operation, the mean read, and there is no problem when one user is trying to read and another user also wants to read, so there will be no problem. If first person is trying to read something and second person also want to write it, that will be the problem. So there will be the lost update problem will be occur when first person want to write and second person want to read. There will be committed uncommitted dependency problem, and when someone will try to read and second one try to write, then inconsistent analysis will be occur. Lost update problem. So we want lost update problem occur when someone try to read something and second one also try to write something, and the lost update problem arise when update in the data is done over another data update by two different transactions. When two different transaction database perform the same read write operation on the same database item, it is irrelevant manner that makes values of item incorrect, hence making the database inconsistent. Here is a example where first person retrieve the data 40 and second person also retrieve the data 40, and first person update the data 40 plus 10, that's mean t value is 30 and at 3 time. And second person also update the data 40, but the second person do not read the data. So here is the lost update problem will be occur at time 4, because the user 2 did not read the value of t. The transaction A loses the update at 4 time 4, and the update at 3 T3 by transaction A is lost overwritten by B. That's mean when the B try to overwrite, the data will be lost. Second one is uncommitted dependency. On variable has updated is one transaction at the same time another transaction has started and deleted the value of variable, there the variable is not getting updated or committed that has been done the first transaction give us. So the uncommitted dependency, transaction A uses or update an uncommitted update by B which is rollback subsequently. Here is the example. We can see that here is two transaction A and B, and user 1 is doing the transaction A and user B trying to transaction B, and here is the first one, user 2 retrieve the data 40 and update the value of t 50, and second time user 1 update the value of retrieve the value of t equals to 50. but and at the third time the user to roll back the value of t into the 40, but the number one user do not read the value, but he update the value at 60. So here is the number 3 phase will be occur the uncommitted dependency problem. Third one is inconsistent analysis. Inconsistent analysis. What is inconsistent analysis? What is inconsistent analysis? One transaction is updating a multiple difference variable, another transaction is a process to update those variable, and the problem occurred is inconsistency at the same variable in different instance. That's mean the inconsistent analysis transaction uses a data item in an inconsistent state causes by transaction B's access. Here is the example. That's mean here is also two user 1 and user 2. Transaction A retrieve account 1 and sum is 40, and second time he retrieve the data and sum will be that 90, and third time user 2 retrieve the data account 3 and update the value of account 3 30 to 20, and retrieve the account 1 and update the value again 40 to 50, and when the value of account 3 received, then the sum will be 110 but not 120. That's mean the value need to be 120, but the value is showing only 110. That's mean 10 value is difference between real value and false value. So here is the inconsistent analysis will be occur. Next one is solution of concurrency problem. There are many solution in this phase. There are only three solution. First one is locking protocol, optimizing scheduling, and time stamping. Locking protocol, that's mean lock based protocol in database is a mechanism in which a transaction cannot be read or write data if the require an appropriate lock. If the database is locked, then anyone cannot read or write the data. Second one is optimistic scheduling. It's optimistic scheduling is a concurrency control method applied to transaction system. And time stamping is a unique identifier created by the database to identify the relative starting time of a transaction. But in the concurrency problem solution, we used only the locking protocol, and the locking protocol is two type of locking protocol. One is X lock, that's mean share lock, and S lock, that's mean share lock, and X lock, that's mean exclusive lock. And here is the compatibility matrix. Compatibility matrix, here is the A has request to B that he need a grant access, and when X and X two values are here, then then the request will be no. Then the request answer will be no. When the value of X and S, the request answer will be no, and otherwise it will be the yes. And there is a locking protocol. Wait if lock requires to define until it release. That's mean the share lock and X lock will be solve the problem by protecting the database and lock read write operation. Here is the conclusion. Concurrency problem ensured that the transaction follow automaticity and isolation, consistency and durability. Sometimes read problem occur when transaction read the data. By using concurrency control, and read problem can be solved. When an update occur, another update by different transaction, then the lost data problem arise, and it can be solved by the locking protocol. That's all. Thank you.